Hiligaynon word for Bayanihan, which exemplifies togetherness. This fittingly describes the very nature and value proposition of the participatory governance and the open government partnership, bringing different stakeholders from various sectors together. To tell us more about the essence of this morning's event, we have with us here today representatives from DBM and DILG, and we will all hear what Dagyaw means to them. Now, to emphasize the role of local government units in ensuring citizen participation, let's call on stage DILG Assistant Secretary Ruske Kalaka.
Especially my favorite undersecretary who is here with us, a native of Dagyaw, a native Cordillera. I told her, sana tuloy-tuloy na yung YC natin. Sabi niya, ang daming pressure dyan, ASEC. So, but anyway, she's here with us. In fact, she will give her valedictory address later. I would like to greet all those who are in the front line right now, led by ASEC Janet Abuel. Then of course, our director who is actively engaging us in this particular activity that we have today, si Director Marlo. I also learned that ikaw pala ang presidente sa regional sa mga sesos dito sa region. And to the mayors, you know, I have a kindred spirit with you because once upon a time, I was also a mayor like you, engaged with the small people. But before I became a mayor, I was an ordained priest. I was ordained. I was a rector of the seminary. I was a parish priest, and all these things. But finally, I ended up working with the people because I was supposedly elected as vice governor in our province. Pero at that time, wala pang PCOO. Though I won landslide from the PRASEC level, pero I lost the provincial board of canvassing. Sini-change lang ang figures eh. So, but that was at that time. That's why I said, I might as well continue working with the people via community organizing, via development programs, via livelihood components to alleviate the situation of poverty in the country. But anyway, we are here this morning. And I'm happy to learn that CSOs are here, POs are here, even the senior citizens are here. The disadvantaged communities are here with us also. And this is an indication, a very strong indicator of engagement in government programs. So, to our fellow public servants, you and me alike, no? I'm very glad to be with you this morning. You know, we are Dagyaw, as explained by the director and by Director Marlo also, is a regional town hall meeting. I would rather start with a quote. I had a master's degree in philosophy. I have a very favorite philosopher, Ken Wilber. You know what he said? Which is fittingly influencing the situation today. He said, I quote, every person of goodwill has a piece of the truth. Trouble begins when someone or an institution or religion or state assumes that they and they alone have the monopoly of truth. I hope you understand that beautiful quote. Trouble begins when we in the institution, when we in the state, when we in religion assume that we have the monopoly of truth. So this activity that we will have today is being done all over the country, and it will not stop on the regional level. It will not stop on the regional level. It will go on and on down to the provincial, municipal, and even barangay level town hall meetings to continue the sharing of engagements, to continue engaging ourselves together. So, ginagawa natin ito sa buong bansa. But the most important thing here is this. I rather would call this activity conversation. Conversation, ako I was in Latin, no? That these are two words in Latin. Cum is kun, no? Cum, with. Then verse is verbo in Latin, word. So when we talk about it is an active and positive exchange of words, no? But if you notice, especially sa Christian communities, the Word was made flesh, di ba? Et incarnatus est. Meaning to say, it took a form of engaging the personality of men, persons. So it is not a one-way activity. It is a continuous exchange towards the betterment of the community. So conversation ergo means to speak with. When I say speak, it's not talking. Talking is just formation of words coming out from the mouth, sounds. But when you speak, it has an import of its own. It comes from the heart. It comes from the innermost self. It is a message to be given and delivered. And expected that that same message will be accepted. I think you know the song Sounds of Silence sa movie at that time, long time ago, The Graduate. Speaking without hearing, without talking. People speaking without talking. And that is the most important thing. We speak rather than talk. And we also listen. Conversation is listening. They are not listening, interiorizing the messages and making the message its own. So people now, the same sounds of silence, people hearing without listening. So to understand the message is the most important thing in the conversation. And the third effective element in the conversation is to respond, to answer. Responsible answer in a responsible exchange. So this calls for vulnerability. We have to become vulnerable. Both government, institutions, communities will have to be vulnerable to each other in order for us to be ready to absorb each other. So the vulnerability seem to be a weakness, but in fact it is the strength of the conversation. The very strength of conversation. So, Dagyaw po, no, I would like to, in this Dagyaw, I would like you to know that your presence today is a testament to your openness and willingness to take part in shaping a government that is open, participatory, inclusive, and sensitive to the needs of the people. With the Department of the Interior and Local Government assumed the task as chair of Participatory Governance Cluster under Executive Order number 24, we are aware of the enormous responsibility that went along with it, especially in making sure that the people in the grassroots level are included in shaping the agenda of this very government of ours now. Right now, the city mayors of NCR, they are nearing the deadline, the 60-day deadline of the program of the DILG, of the President of the Philippines, the road clearing program. And they are nearing the 60-day deadline. You know what? Government and DILG implementing it is really very, very serious. If an LCA or a local government unit fails to achieve the program, the governors up, HUC and governors up, it's the president who will issue the suspension. Below the HUC is the ombudsman. And very heartening to know, in our last meeting, when we were coming up with the evaluation of the NCR, it was really, really very high in rating like NCR. LCEs. They are really cooperating and giving out their own. Of course, it was led before that. See, Yorme was already leading the whole thing. See, Mayor Isko of Manila. But things are really coming up the way it is expected. So, in the last PCG cluster meeting, the cluster has adopted a participatory governance major milestone of 2019 to 2021 as the primary and basic guide of the cluster and its member agencies in advancing the people's participation-driven initiatives, plans, projects, and programs. So through this resolution, we will make sure that the following PCG priorities will be translated into a reality, meaning to say, number one, ensuring that a portion of the national budget is intended to support participation of citizens and civil society in various governance initiatives. Number two, making government accessible to people by leverage civic technology. It was shown here earlier, for governance innovations. We have recently launched the civic tech innovations called the DevLive. It is a mobile application created as a means to give citizens a voice by channeling and communicating their feedback on government infrastructure projects. This has the potential to make the citizens more informed and government projects more reachable to the people as they can access information anywhere at any time from their mobile devices. Aasahan po ninyo na sa mga susunod na buwan, ito ay mas magiging pakinabang sa inyong mga lokal na pamahalaan. And the third sa resolution is this. It is expected to deepen civil society's sense of responsibility and accountability to demand the same from the government. So in support of making these Dagyaw regional town hall meetings more sustainable, I would like to mention and highlight that the DILG, through various issuances, has been continually upholding the value of open governance through transparency and full disclosure among all local governments. Just recently, our department has issued a memorandum circular in all local governments to serve as a platform in informing citizens of the state of the local governance in their respective areas. This is a local town hall meetings. We hope that this will serve as a venue for meaningful public consultation, where citizens and other stakeholders can voice out their opinions, suggest actions, and provide feedback for local government's consideration to improve the delivery of basic services. In the same way, to make sure that the people in the grassroots are included in shaping the agenda of the cluster and ensure that their voices are heard at the decision table. Allow me then to highlight the plans and programs where your unity and participation are needed and called. We fortify our partnership with you, our LGUs, which enabled us to organize local institutions that are critical to good governance, peace and order, and public safety drives of the department. We saw the organization and mobilization of institutions such as POCs, ADACs, and even PLEB, which proved crucial in our desire to bring peace and order to our communities. There is already a downtrend of illegal drug-related cases in the previous years, and more municipalities and barangays are becoming drug-free communities. But let us strengthen our ADACs, the Anti-Drug Abuse Councils, as well as the government's Malay Silangan program and the DILG's community-based drug rehabilitation program to provide hope and deliverance to the victims of drug menace. And another very important vision where we as citizens rally and all our support and participation is the prevention of terrorism and criminality. Almost every day, we hear stories of violence and hostilities perpetuated by people with criminal mindset. Almost every day, they become more daring and resourceful. Every day poses a new challenge waiting to be addressed. We cannot afford to have another Malawi moving forward. And now the government is dead serious in battling the biggest peace spoiler of our country, the communist insurgency problem. There is a need to recalibrate the whole of the nation approach through Executive Order number 70 that further gave birth to the National Task Force in Ending Local Communist Armed Conflict, or our LCAC program. Part of the continuing effort of the department in the implementation of Executive Order number 70 is to identify and address governance gaps and bring government programs and projects down to where the needs are. The President agreed that the best solution for the 5 decades problem of insurgency does not only lie in the military efforts alone. It requires collective action where good governance must be its forefront. So, guided by the local government code, the barangays are tasked to be the primary planning and implementing units where collective views of the people may be expressed, crystallized, and considered. Hence, we will push to bring government reforms to the barangay level through programs, projects, and activities, PPAs, that elevate human and socio-economic conditions in the community through our retooled Community Support Program, or the RCSP. The RCSP is a mechanism that was originally developed by the Armed Forces of the Philippines, used as a convergence mechanism for LGUs, particularly the barangay level, for the identification of issues and needed government services, programs, and projects in their respective areas. It is also anchored in the government's framework that intends to develop people's awareness and ability to organize and bring about positive change to their conditions. So the RCSP will bring developmental initiatives directly to the barangays through heightened community involvement in identifying needs-based programs and projects. Kailangan namin ang inyong tulong at buong pakikilahok. Community identifying needs-based programs and projects of the community. I was telling Yusik that when we were in Iloilo, when I was mayor, you know, pumunta sa akin yung sanitary inspector, sabi niya, he was telling me, we are going to the barangays to inspect, because there is a barangay municipal ordinance, to put up water-sealed toilets, no, for hygiene and sanitation. And we will inspect if it is being done. So when we went to the barangays, may water-sealed toilets, meron. Pero pag alis nila, kasi linagay lang eh. Pag may inspectors, pag wala na inspectors, they do not need it. Just put it aside. Pero you know, ang feedback pala is this. There is a big difference between felt need and real need. The government really feels the need for water-sealed toilets for hygiene and sanitation program. But the real need pala of the people, especially sa liblib, what to put into your stomach para bagsak mo doon. So, I think we should reconsider these particularities of differences. So, As we are faced with the destructive and natural man-made disasters now, the DILG is expecting all of you to be proactive and disaster ready and prepared. Apart from the mitigation efforts, it is more important to look into the adaptability of all sectors and all citizens across the country. Be cooperative in times of disaster. Iron out your disaster preparedness contingency plans. Expect also that the big one will come. Expect that the big one will come one day. It will strike any time. Thus, now is the time to initiate and create new mechanisms and systems to level up our preparedness. Especially since we can never predict when and where earthquakes will take place. And although we cannot prevent earthquakes from happening, at least we give our citizens and ourselves a higher percentage of survival and possible protection. So ultimately, let us be the vanguard of good governance. We can do this by watching, keeping close tabs to our government officials against corruption, inefficiency, and complacency. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reach the halfway of the President's term, it is about time that we double and even triple our efforts and participation in the government's trust and programs, if it needs be. More importantly, to sustain and even strengthen further our colossal leaps and strides in the past years. Sa puntong ito, nais naming mananawagan sa inyong lahat na sama-sama tayo gampanan natin ang tungkulin sa pagbibigay ng maganda at maayos na buhay sa ating mga kapwa Pilipino. Let us fill our shortcomings of our institutions and improve our services to the Filipino people. May we all embody the spirit of Dagyaw, the spirit of Bayanihan, the spirit of conversation. May this platform inspire us to become partners for change. In closing, I give you a quote of Ken Wilber, no? Institution and the person. In closing, I will give you another quote from Khalil Gibran Khalil, a Lebanese Muslim spiritualist. He's a spiritualist. And you know what he said in giving one to the other, to the institutions? This is what he said, Khalil Gibran said. He said, I will make my soul the refuge of your soul, my heart the residence of your beauty, and my breast the grave of your sorrows. And I will listen to the language of your soul, just as the shore listens to the stories of the waves. Thank you very much, and good morning to all.
This government reaches out to the grassroots to be part of participatory governance by giving a citizen a voice and thereby listen to issues and concerns and give due response. We would also like to acknowledge the presence of PCOO Assistant Secretary Ana Marie Rafael. And thank you, Assistant Secretary Talaka. Up next, to share with us the various